All right, everyone. Welcome back. Yes. Yes. To another faux podcast episode of The Queen's Tales. For those of you who are brand new, hello and welcome. Hopefully you'll stay for the whole thing and enjoy yourself. I am one of the hosts, Peyton 3.0, and joining me is my I'm the alter ego. I'm mainly the brand, the product. Actually, I don't really exist in real life. Who does exist is my co-host, the brain behind the whole operation. That is Peyton 3.0's Empire, Entertainment, Records, all of that. The brainchild. Please welcome Peyton James Cross Jr. Yeah, folks, I don't really exist anywhere except for on stage and in your social media feeds, basically. But Peyton exists in everywhere. Round. So Peyton, welcome. Thank you so much. So, what do you have for us today? Well, I'm glad you asked. I didn't really know how to kind of package the story of what I basically already said throughout several episodes of this faux podcast. But I think I know where I'm going to start. Kind of give you guys a summary, basically, because it's been a while since there's been another episode of this faux podcast, and a lot of things have happened since then, and also a lot of nothing has happened, you know. So from the very top of getting hired at the Fontainebleau, was the new hotel on the Strip, to being let go, then relying on my savings, to a month or so later getting a job at the Strat, just for 3 weeks later to be told I'm being laid off. By this time my savings is not as robust as it was, but the job market basically kind of flipped in a way I've never seen it before. You know how when the pandemic happened and when they were ready, when it was over, or in quotations, whatever, over, it was a market where we had the power. We had all these options. Now they're turning the tides, not just in the tech world, okay? Not just in the tech world with layoffs. Layoffs are happening all over the place. And if you're in a union, good for you, because You know, if you're in a union, good for you because you're like the last one of the last people they can come to and just lay them off without a lay you off without a fight from the union. So, but many of us do not have or not in unions in this country of America. That's where I live. So many of us are not don't have unions, and Vegas is a unique place because for many reasons, Las Vegas. The Strip is where the unions are mainly concentrated. Outside of it, you're not going to see little to any of the union. And this country has a long history of fighting these unions to keep them away and out of the other corporations and their businesses, especially the larger ones, because they want total and under control of your life every second that you're on the clock. They want to be able to say whether you stay or rather you're going to have to call your bills, your landlord, face your family because you're out of here. Even if it was about nothing you did, they need to make budget cuts. This year marks an unprecedented year for employees who are the most vulnerable in this whole capitalist system situation. And there's nothing that they can really do about it. It's almost as if you can't really get out of your own way when you're down there, you know? And try as you may to climb that corporate ladder fast as you can never climb it fast enough before heads are chopped. Okay? You don't know when it's coming. A lot of times, you don't know who's going to be. Some of us are smart enough to know. But at the end of the day, if you're caught when the merry-go-round stops spinning for a minute and you're the direct target, that's it. Your whole livelihood is chopped. And you better have some kind of savings in the bank, because if you don't, well, your life is going to be really ugly now. Woo. Okay? But that is the savagery of the kind of world and country like America and countries that mirror America that we live in. That is why, especially now, every time I get a paycheck, I had to put a percentage away in savings for a rainy day. And May, especially right now, this year, it's like any other year ever in America, honey. There's been no year like this for employment. And I didn't even see it coming. But it was literally like, I'm not even a Christian, y'all. But it's like the Bible. When it said, like a thief in the night, bitch. Sorry for my language. Like a thief in the night. Okay. Gonna come down. And Armageddon shall begin. Well, that's exactly what's happening in real life. Okay? Not exactly the Bible version of it, but Armageddon for employment right now and corporations has started this year, basically. Okay? There's a lot of people just being laid off left to right. left to right, and that definitely comes to the jobs that are on the strip. Again, unless you're in a union. And I said it before, the strip is unique to unions because most places in America have few far in between of unions. You know what I'm saying? I think like the strip on in Vegas is the most concentrated place I've literally ever seen or even heard of unions because it doesn't happen like that anywhere else. And I've lived in a couple states now, you know? The word union is like foreign. But then you go to Vegas on the strip, and everybody talk about a union everywhere over there. And not everybody has the privilege to have a union because if you're working in customer service as a front person, there is no union for you. If you're in the kitchen, that's where most of the unions are concentrated on the strip. So if you're working in anything like the front desk, guest services, anything like that, administrative, office, there's no union for them. And that's the majority of the work that I do. I try to get this entertainment brand off the ground and make some money. And not have to do this anymore. But anyway. So then I'm out here fighting for my life like everybody else. Spending my little bitty coins, investing in myself when I can. Anyway. I want to bring it back around to the check again. I mean, even if it's like 5% of your check, or you throw $10 or whatever you can in another account, you should do it because, right, especially this year, they can cut you at any time, reduce your hours. I mean, it's getting ugly. When they literally raise, on the flip side in California, the fast food workers are forcing the fast food establishments to pay their fast food workers $20 an hour. What did you think was going to happen? I already called it. I said, it's not as peachy keen as y'all think. Because what's going to happen is they're going to raise the prices for the menu for the customers. They're also going to chop hours for the employees. So it's not going to matter getting $20 an hour if your hours are actually like weighing with your wage is. Like, you're not only getting like 35 hours a week. It don't matter how much you're making an hour because you're not really making anything. So I know they were going to chop hours because I've been in this business before. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not a straight chicken, honey. Okay? I've been working at these jobs for a long time. I look young and youthful, yes, but honey, that's it. I just look in way younger than my actual chronological age, but I've been working in customer service and these pro jobs at the bottom for 20 years. Now, And it's been rough. It's been tough. But you know what's even rougher? When you are young and starting out on the plantations of modern day slavery that these businesses are, and you don't know anything about business, finances, it just makes doing these piddly jobs harder. There's no passion in them. There's no joy, and the paychecks are pathetic. And this country only cares about the rich and the well off, especially today, because we're in a time that we've never entered before when it comes to the economics, the inflation, which in my lifetime have never seen it like this ever, ever. We're barely able to afford apartment buildings, working 9 to 5 at a McDonald's, a Target, you name it. Nothing but crappy jobs everywhere. And it's not a coincidence that these crappy jobs are everywhere. It's on purpose. The good jobs, like Mr. Millennial Steam has said, if you know who Millennial Steam is, please go ahead and check out his channel. But anyway, the good jobs, those are still in the inner circle. Okay. And they don't put those out on websites like Indeed. They don't advertise, they don't have applications. You have to be in the in crowd. You have that network up there in those higher places with the powers that be in order to get those good jobs. Most of us who are born from the dirt basically will never ever see those jobs. We'll never even know that they exist. We will only know and be surviving right down here. The system is obviously set up a certain way, right? Not meant for us to know. It's not our business. That's the way they like it. Now, this year marks a unprecedented massive layoffs for many industries, including hotel. So if you're the new employee, if you have no union, you're going to be chopped. And remember, in many states, if not all of them, this is an at-will type of employment, which means they can get rid of you for any reason or no reason. And you can walk away the same way without notice. It's amicable, it's mutual. So we're going to bring it back to me for a minute. And let me know in the comment section if you've been laid off. Was it once, twice, 3 times, somehow in the same year? Me personally, I was laid off twice this year, and they weren't miles apart either. And the job market has gotten crazy because I'm literally not out of a job for more than 2 to 1 week. But people are putting on hiring freezes. Here's when you know that the economy in your city alone is doing bad. If you can't even get a job at a fast food restaurant, because before they was desperate, they're usually desperate. There's a hiring sign outside the window. Now you don't even see the hiring sign outside the window anymore. I was actually hired to work at Burger King. You know, not too long after I was let go from the other hotel. Again. And then as I wait for the papers to go through and the background checks and all of that, she says the new boss has put my application on a hiring freeze. So I get the job allegedly, and I'm put on a hiring freeze. So it's back to spiraling again to look for another job again. And I really, really, really hate looking for employment more than I hate working at these jobs. I don't care how much money is sitting in the bank. But here we are. Welcome to America. I mean, really, I'm like severely allergic to applications. That's why I can only stand and do maybe like 3 applications a day, and it's just very long. If it takes me an hour and it's an assessment, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. You're gonna waste my time when there's so many applications and other jobs out here. So, yeah, so currently I'm still unemployed and laid off. Fun. But at least I'm not broke. And it's literally been a record of, for me personally, I know there are people who are looking for jobs for months before they find one, but I'm not that person. I know how to get myself. If you're really hiring, I want to get one with record time. It has literally been a month and some days, and still nothing. I'm literally hounding those phones. I don't wait for them to call me, honey. I'll call them the same day and say, I got an application in, honey. Can I get an interview? What's going on? Okay? Because I don't play. I got plans. I got more bills to pay. I got this business trying to get off the ground. I don't have time for these kind of interruptions because it's capitalist bitch ass system. No. It took so much for me when the boss called my direct hiring manager. I didn't know it was really his fault because it comes from the top. It comes from the top. Middle management is there to be ordered around by the top that don't speak to us, but surprisingly, around that particular hotel, they roam around. But they don't say nothing. But I still wanted to go up to him and cause a scene. But guess what? I did not. I did not. It happened just like this. I was literally getting ready to go in, putting my clothes on, when the phone rings. I missed the call. I realized my manager. I called him back and said, "Hey, I'm sorry I missed the call. Did you want me to come in early or something?" Because that's usually what people call me, like, who's like management, like, "Don't want you to come in early, somebody called out, blah, blah." No, this is a call telling me that I no longer work here and don't come in. I am being laid off. Budget cuts. And so I'm like, I literally was just calm on the phone. I just said, okay. Did make a scene. I know he was expecting one because his answer to me was, "Oh, okay." That's kind of how he said it. He was expecting a scene, but I just kind of went, "Okay. Have a good day." Hung up the phone. And my mind went to a sort of surreal place. Like, did this just happen again? I just got this job. And then I sort of spiraled out of the thing. I laid down, closed my eyes. And I knew I knew what I came back to. I had to go back on the damn job hunting journey, determined to get a job again in record time. But this time, it wasn't working. This time, it wasn't happening. And at the time, the IRS, of all people, still owed me money, the refund. And this is a large lump sum of a refund. It wasn't a couple of dollars, $100. This is a large in the thousands for this year for refund. And I did my taxes months ago, and it's as if the universe knew that it needed to go ahead and get the IRS to drop my money, because if it wasn't for that, because at this time I didn't have enough built up. And when I left the company, I basically got a check for this $700 There was no nothing else. I was just coming out of my probational period. I was easy target, easy pickings. Is it still recording? You know, so, and I don't know how much I had in the bank. Wasn't that much. Then, as I was kind of worrying about what I was going to do, trying to scheme up something, of course, I looked at my account, and out of nowhere, that big, beautiful refund that was waiting forever. And I just kind of was like, whatever. After a while, dropped into my account, literally at the right life-saving time. How does that happen? But it did. After I got the phone complaining to a friend of mine about the fuckery that was happening in my life, that's when the money dropped. And I was just like, the universe really does love me. The universe really is continually watching out for me. So, but somebody like me is greatly determined to land back on their feet because that's just who I am. At the end of the day, and like the Grace Les Brown said, if you know who Les Brown is, please go look him up and watch one of his wonderful speeches on YouTube. Knocked on my back. But if you can look up, you can get up. If you can look up, you can get up. And I'm just one of those spirits who's determined to let nothing, no one, a system stop me. Period. And that is my 2 cents. If you ask me for my advice, I wish I had real advice to give you, but well, I can say 2 things. Learn how to answer those questions in those interviews. Be a little more less strict about the kind of job, don't accept. Like if you only work the front desk, don't be afraid to work in a call center. Don't be afraid to stock the retail shelves. Something like that. You see what I'm saying? It's in the same area. It's in the same area. You're just not doing the same job. Anyway. Because out here, it's just getting uglier and uglier in the job market. And that's my 2 cents. Have a friend, at least, in high places. Somebody that really, truly cares for you. And if you're lucky, it's your mama. And they do something about your situation. Now, if the shit hits the fan, I want to thank you so much, Peyton, for coming on to the Folk Podcast. Folks, I hope you got something from this. Yes. Plenty of people are going through it. This year has been a trying year for a lot of people. If you like what you heard today, please hit the like button, share with your friends, and comment. And good news, especially for those of you who you already know it if you're always watching my videos, but if you're new, I am dropping an album. My debut album comes out on the 31st of October. Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed. The album rollout has already started. To get your life, you need to be following me on my social medias at least. And don't be afraid to get on the email list, okay? Sorry, wrong slide. Best way to get on the email list, so you can get 3 free unreleased EDM bangers that will not appear on any streaming platforms at all. Paid or unpaid, it's like going to my website, Peyton30.com. That's Peyton30.com. And get on the email list. This is so you don't miss basically anything. But to really experience that fun rollout, it's going to be on social media. So well, thank you so much for being here today. I'll see you on the next episode of the Queen's Tale Podcast. Bye-bye.